Mind podcast,
We made it.
episode 1.
A little bit nervous because
Never done something like this
never done
before.
something.
Yeah, it'd be
We
weird
barely
if did.
tested the camera setup.
Let's hope everything works out. Yeah, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? What are we doing? What is this supposed to be? It's I think the idea came from us brainstorming content ideas, basically promotional stuff, because we are going to be releasing music very soon, and we thought, what could we do?
New music.
New music, yeah.
Yeah. So there's just like a short time left where you're still here in Germany. So that's also
That's
why
true.
we're doing this, to just take the time to put as much content on our hard drives as possible that we can use
Well,
later
we
on.
can still collaborate in person, yeah. That's very important.
Yeah.
I think the idea also for this podcast, we're not sure yet how long it's going to be, whatever, but it's also something that we could potentially continue remote
Yeah.
in the future.
Of course.
So,
But for now, it just came to our minds to just, like document everything that happened so far. Just give you a short recap and take you with us into our process, our
I think
history, our story.
exactly. And this has been kind of a recurring topic in our discussions in the past already. It's like always been, how do we deal with social media? Because I think we're both not super comfortable doing content, especially short form content. And we always thought, because I think even in the streams, we also had this discussion a couple of times where we were like, the music's nice, the setup's nice, everything's nice, but how can we add more behind the scenes, more insight, personal insights, more personal connection with the viewer as well into the whole project? How can we achieve a higher level of authenticity, I think, to a degree as well? So from my point of view, we always struggled a bit with that. We had because the streams were also very streamlined. We had interactions with the chat, but we didn't have an open mic or anything like that. It was always very focused on the music.
And the sound creation.
Yeah. We had, before we released our first album, we thought a lot about content ideas and stuff, and did some stuff, but I think there has always been, we did the t-shirt raffle, for instance. I think those were nice ideas, but very inconsistent, very few and far between. So I really hope that this is a format that allows us to give you, as the listener, a little bit more of an insight into our process, who we actually are, and
what's behind the twisted mind, and
exactly.
what happens behind the scenes, and what are our thought processes, and how did we came up with the ideas and with the sound and with everything. Just give you some insights what
we are actually doing all day long. Well, not all day long, but so and that being said, let's start in the beginning. Give a little history
how we
lesson
met.
to the people out there. How did we meet?
Actually, as I said, I think the first time we like met and being aware of that was in guitar school lessons when we were younger.
Yeah, you're actually right.
I don't know how old we were, like 12 years old. I don't know, 12, 13.
Oh, for context, we also went to the same high school, but we didn't really
interact
at all. But yeah, guitar lessons, I think but even there, I have very, very limited memories
Mm.
of that period of time. So I can't really, I don't have a clear image of what that looked like. For
Oh,
me, I
yeah.
think the first time, it's a good question.
Being aware
Yeah, being aware of
mm,
you and being, that sounds really weird, but being interested
yeah.
in uh, doing something with you, I think it was a lot later.
Mm.
Um,
So what's actually funny,
yeah,
because we always talk about back in the basement, like doing music. We actually met in the basement
yeah.
while being in the guitar
The guitar
lessons.
lessons
Yeah.
were held in the
And I
basement.
was actually, other than you, very aware, because you were like a very unorthodox, like unconventional character back
Yeah,
that
I
days,
guess.
back these days, because you were like wearing all these metal black
Yeah.
clothes, long hair, and you just like a nerd with the guitar. And I was getting into I was put into the same room with you while not being as good as you with the guitar. So what's funny, and then we separated our ways. I mean, we had guitar lessons for a year, maybe,
I guess it's so
maybe
crazy to me
even
that I can't
shorter.
remember
Yeah.
any of it. I've Yeah, but I think I there were a lot of different things on my mind back
Yeah.
then, and I didn't really, the whole guitar lesson thing wasn't really a big deal for me anyway.
Mm,
Something where I didn't practice at home a
mm.
lot and stuff like that. So yeah, but yeah, what I do remember
Later
is
on, yeah.
like exactly. Jump in time, I
Mm,
think 10, 15 years probably almost,
mm,
is I produced an EP with
mhm,
friends from home, and we produced a song that you heard, I think. Actually, it was like kind of common friends.
yeah. Like
You
at
knew
that
one of
time.
the singer of the
Mm,
project, and so you heard the song, and you had another project at the time. You were creating
mm.
a watch with, you had like
Watch
a
label, yeah,
yeah.
watch brand, and we needed some. Yeah, we needed an image film, image trailer, and we needed music for that. And I was at that times I was very interested in music myself as well, like producing some hip hop tracks on my own,
Yeah.
but not on the same level as you, because you were doing the sound design studies. And yeah, through the like matching circle of friends at that time, we were also meeting at World Reggae Summer
Oh
in
yeah.
Mülheim.
Festival.
Think this was maybe one of the first times we interacted
Yeah.
again, like and in
Yeah.
person, and maybe even like talked for the first time, like seriously,
Yeah.
and being aware of that while being highly medicated. Yeah, but and then it just clicked because I told you about our project, and you were at that time you were very focused on producing not only music but sound design and
Yeah.
experiences and sound
It's a
experience and
whole
soundscapes and
audio
yeah.
field.
So we just connected and collaborated
Yeah, and
through that
it's
project.
interesting for my perception as well, because this is really the starting point,
Mm,
the origin of everything. Because after that, I remember us even outside of that said project, we would just start to meet up
mm,
and just hang out at your
mm,
place
mm.
mostly, and just produce songs. We
Yeah,
had that's probably going to be up on YouTube already. We have an old production that we did called the War of Art, which
the
I think is the
first
first music
collaboration. Yeah.
collaboration we ever did together, and
Mm,
did a little track and music video just for fun.
mm.
Then we
Very
did
raw.
another music video, the one in the greenhouse,
Yeah.
that never, probably is never gonna
But there was
see the
there was
light of day.
yeah there was later and in between I also visited you in Trossing
Oh yeah,
at your where you're studying music or like sound design.
yeah.
And yeah, just for me this was really very inspiring because at that times I was, like I said, producing on my own, like in my free time,
Mm,
but I was also working, doing design and stuff, and I was always drawn more into music,
yeah.
but didn't really. um, like the experience with you
Yeah.
and being like you taking me with you on the journey and giving me insights into music production was actually very inspiring. I mean, I also was working 3 years in the Tresor Studios, and
Oh
I was
yeah, yeah,
gaining some insights and behind the scenes. But yeah, just it just matched at that time.
I think you said the word right now. Matching is, I
Mm,
think, the key aspect of our collaboration. Is we have, although we have differences as well in style and taste and
mm,
in what we do and how we do it. I think the aspects that match are really, how do you say, profound. It's like we just match
mm.
the vision we have for what we want to create. Is very,
Talking about aesthetics and
yeah,
like quality
yeah, yeah, exactly,
of
exactly,
art, and not only music but like video graphics
yeah,
and like bringing everything together through different channels. And yeah,
yeah. I
I
think,
think
yeah,
we,
aesthetics is a good word. Just vibe, I
yeah,
think.
also, yeah, experimenting with different kind of genres, like also because you all also did hip hop before when you were younger.
I did a lot
Then
of
you did,
things.
yeah, a lot of those, yeah, and you did reggae and you
Yeah,
did
I was
like,
always, I think, coming from like a producer point of view, it's like I was always interested in most of the genres out there. I
mm,
was always judging songs based on production value and just good melodies and just sound and stuff like that, rather than um, disregarding genres
mm,
just because they
mm,
were
yeah,
uh, stigmatized in a certain way. It's I think something that
unlike me.
is
I mean,
to an extent also necessary as a producer, I think, because
mm,
it just broadens your horizon so much that you're going to be
mm,
able to make
new music.
better music.
Mm,
Yeah, so you mentioned Trossing, where I studied,
mm,
and it's um, actually the the reason
the adios.
why we started streaming
Mm,
is probably because I already had the idea of wanting to stream live sessions while I was there.
mm,
And we had a group of three musicians, me um, and two other students.
mm,
One of them also appeared in our streams later, is a good friend of mine.
mm,
And the other guy was playing the trombone and also just a good musician in general,
mm,
good sense for music, also proficient on the keyboard. And so we just sat down once a week and just jammed.
mm,
It was very raw, but I think we did like 6 or 7 streams in total, and it wasn't the best product. I want to say it
mm,
was definitely inspiring, and we had a lot of fun. But we didn't think too much about the end product, or how
mm,
we didn't have a clear vision for the project.
mm,
And so what it did for me though is that it laid the foundation of the session I was building, like the
mm,
Cubase project combined with the controllers and stuff. I spent a lot of time figuring that stuff out, and this eventually ended up laying the basis for what we would be doing
mm,
after I came back to Oberhausen, which is the city we are both from
yeah.
in Germany. So because I ended up going back to my parents' home and staying there while that was, I think, right after COVID,
Mm,
2021,
21.
I want to say, yeah, second half of 2021. And so that's when I mean, you had visited me a couple times. We were always in contact, but
Mm,
that's when we actually reconnected
mm,
um, and started collaborating again. And we would, I think, end up meeting because I had set up a small studio in the
Mm.
basement. That's
Mm.
where the basement comes from, of my parents' home,
Mm.
and this became uh, the grounds where we from where we started
Mm.
the Twisted project as well. You came over, and I think it
Yeah, I mean,
started by just
mm.
making music.
We were always in contact. You were like talking to me about the idea of creating like sessions and live sessions, bringing
Yeah,
that to our house and to the hometown. And for me at the time, it was a blessing to have something like that, because I was already moved to Essen, and not having my whole music equipment, like not having the possibility to do music, because moving into the apartment upstairs, where there was like literally no room
yeah,
to set everything up like it is now here. And like, yeah, I started to come back to Oberhausen a lot, and we were just figuring things out, optimizing, and
yeah. It was in the beginning. It was there was no we want to stream. It was
mm-hmm,
more. I think I had
yeah,
the setup because I was also live streaming my own personal
mm-hmm,
productions outside of our collaborations. So
mm,
I also had the camera setup, but the sessions came later. I think first we actually started. We actually started by producing Paralyze, the
yeah,
song we're going to be releasing.
just gave it a try and
Yeah, just
just
make music,
make
and
music.
then we saw the potential. I think at some point, where why not stream the
Mm,
process? And
yeah,
this is kind of
document the
yeah, exactly.
the whole process of creating like a piece of sound, a piece of music. Also, at that time, also with the idea to create content to use later
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah. I
It was
guess
always a theme,
always in the
like,
back of our
yeah,
heads for
just
sure.
how are we going to make it easy for us to have the content and not need to think about doing content too much,
Yeah.
because
Yes, that's a
that's
good
what we
point to
talked
end.
about in the beginning. Like, in today's world, like only make like to only make music. It's poorly, not enough.
Yeah, that's true.
Just, yeah, you need to be a
You need
to,
to market
yeah,
your process and the end product um to a very
which is a big
high
challenge.
degree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, um, I think I want to go into what our state of mind was at the time,
Mm.
because I remember I was kind of struggling with, I think, mental health a bit at the time, and I mean you were stressed out in general, and always something
Always
with
stressed
work,
out.
and so I think um, creative vision um, set aside, I think there was also a lot of like mental aspects that put us kind of in the same boat. We had obviously different problems in our life or whatever. We're dealing with different things, but the whole idea
Mm.
of dealing with stuff and how can we cope with stress, with things that happen in our life, is also something I think that we that made us connect to
Mm.
a very deep,
Yeah.
uh, uh, just created a deep connection because we were like using the music and the songs. All the
Mm.
songs we created were, I mean, it's very obvious when you hear the music.
Mm.
Songs that we like, kind of a valve to let some of that stress go.
Yeah, it was
Um,
always like I was saying before, before the camera was on, off the record, introspective. I think it's also something that connects like both of our musics, our songs,
yeah,
maybe being very introspective, focused on the feelings, and also always in context of the environment, socially and politically, and like the whole society, and like going from the big picture to the small picture, and drawing comparisons. And yeah, the state of mind at that time was how do you say, like, very similar.
yeah, I guess. Um,
Very
yes, I think
looking at the world very critically. Also, like,
yeah, there's so many layers
mm,
on which we acted and agreed, sometimes
mm,
disagreed, but I think that kind of draws back to what we talked about earlier. Even though there might be differences, the vision and
mm,
what I said before, like even there's different problems, the way we approach these problems, how we want to work on ourselves, improve our mindsets, our way of life in order to be able to cope with these problems.
mm,
Um, I think that's the mindset that really made us connect because
mm.
there's different approaches. You can handle problems in all kinds of ways, but if we had different ideas of how we want to handle our problems, I think that wouldn't have led to uh,
Yeah, also music being a gateway for that,
yeah, exactly,
right?
that that's plays a big
Basically.
role very obviously, but and also yeah, it is all I think led to this certain vibe that the project
To the whole,
ended up getting. Like
yeah, to the whole
the
project, yeah.
yeah, I think a vibe is a very broad term, but
Uh,
the sound of the music,
mm,
like the instruments we use, the timbre and stuff. It's also a matter of taste, but then also a matter of what do we want to express, the colors we use, the graphics we use, the whole vibe, just I think is very much a product of
mm,
that whole mindset. And I think there's is a really interesting topic to analyze myself as well,
mm.
because this is also something that we did. I mean, we ended up streaming. I think we started. Did we start streaming every week, or was it like every second
First
week?
of all, we just met like on a monthly basis, probably, just like in the beginnings.
Yeah,
And then we were both at that point where we said, okay, what's the actual commitment here?
yeah,
And also at that times we were figuring things out, like, okay, how do we want to label things? Do we want to develop a brand? Like, that was also something I brought to the
yeah, yeah,
table.
yeah. I
And I
remember.
was thinking, okay, what is it actually? It's jam sessions basically. And like looking for a name, I just took your second name and put it in the dictionary, and like krumm being twisted, something
Yes.
like that. And then it was just like, first of all, it was like an insider joke, like, oh, it's twisted.
Yeah,
And then it just clicked, and I
became the
just put
name.
it on the
Now
screen.
we changed it because we wanted to avoid conflicts with. It's a very common name
Yeah,
for
I mean,
artists.
twisted is not very. Uh,
It's not super unique.
it's no, it's not unique. So,
It's very fitting.
but it was like it's also the story of the brand. Like, we work with that twisted. We are twisted, and the world is twisted, and everything is twisted. Was
Oh.
just also a theme. And then, like you said, I want to do these jam sessions with a lot of like different people, and that was just, first of all, like, to
Yeah, that
give it
was
a
the original
name.
idea, that we could invite people and just jam and just have
In the
like a
end, there were no
collective.
other people,
There's no.
just a few, just
Yeah,
like
yeah, we had guests
just a
sometimes.
handful of people. Yeah, but
I think I scrapped that idea in my head very very quickly because it just worked so well,
and
just
it
the
and
two
it
of us,
grew
and
to like a
yeah,
project
exactly.
for the both of us, actually. Like, now looking back at it all, like we were both like being very committed to the whole
Yeah,
vision. And there were all other people involved, but as you said, just like, yeah, guest appearances in the streams. And yeah, then we actually started to do it on a weekly basis, and
yeah,
having as much output
yeah,
as possible, like, because
yeah. It's crazy. I think yeah, we I think this is something that we're gonna dedicate a whole
mm,
episode to, but um, what this all ended up becoming, it's is
mm,
something that is really really fascinating still for me to think about, and yeah, something I want to talk about in depth as well. So maybe we just make a cut here. I think this
Yeah.
was a nice short
Introduction.
introduction to who we are and where we come from. We're gonna,
We came up with the idea of
yeah,
Twisted and the Twisted Mind.
the twisted mind.
We will add to that in the next
Yeah,
episodes.
we're gonna record a bunch more episodes. I think first, this is what you can expect from this podcast: a bunch of episodes where we talk about the project, the streaming, the album, stuff like that. Just go
Hopefully,
into, and then maybe in the future also some more broad topics like.
I mean, for me personally, and I think
Yeah.
it's the same with you. I love being inspired
Yeah.
by other art and music and people being committed to working towards a vision. And this is also something that we can probably
Provide for other
provide
people.
for other
Yeah.
people, being an inspiration, getting some insights to like what's happening behind the scenes, and hopefully it's giving some kind of
Giving something
weight
to someone.
yeah.
Yeah. Also, I want to mention that we are obviously on social media. So if you want to
Random disclaimer.
give us shit for what we were talking or whatever, or give us feedback, tell us
Appreciate
how
it,
much you enjoyed listening to our
how much
voices,
you,
then hit us up. I think Instagram is the easiest way to get in touch with us.
or like with
And
on your YouTube, also like
I don't think you can write messages on YouTube.
below the video.
Oh yeah, yeah. Leave a like and comment. This is also going to be on YouTube. You're absolutely right.
I hate when people say that.
Nah, it's necessary.
It's necessary.
No, we want to hear your thoughts. Um, and with that, I think we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you in the next episode of the official Twisted Mind podcast.
And now there's like the outro music.
There's no outro music. Don't raise expectations. Bye bye.
Peace.